So welcome everyone and thanks for joining us today. My name is Eva. I'm the SA Portable Long Service Leave Community Engagement Officer, and I've got Mandy Megan, our Operations Manager, here also. I'd like to welcome everyone and thanks for joining us. I might just give it another minute. We're waiting for a few more people. Okay, let's get started. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. Today I'm on Kaurna land and I pay my respects to the Kaurna people and also pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. I extend the respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait people with us today. So this session is all about helping you confidently complete and submit your second quarterly return for the Portable Long Service Leave Community Services Scheme. The return document is available in your employer portal if you haven't yet completed it and submitted it. One thing to remember, if you haven't registered your eligible workers as yet, the form will not have been able to pre-populate those eligible workers. I'll talk to you about this in a few minutes. I don't think we'll use up the entire hour today. Let's see how we go. We'll walk you through each step of the process, explain what information you'll need to have ready, and highlight some of the common questions and mistakes we see. By the end of this session, you'll know exactly how to complete your second quarterly return. So as you all know, our scheme officially started on the 1st of October last year. Our first quarterly report was already completed, 31st of December 2025, and the quarterly return and levy payment was both due on the 21st of January. Today I'm talking about the second quarterly report. It's now happening. So 1 January to 31st of March with levy payment due 21st of April, which is next Tuesday. So once you're set up, registered and your eligible workers are uploaded, your main ongoing task is to complete a quarterly return. These returns are pretty straightforward. They're generated automatically in the employer portal and are due by the 21st day after each quarter. So for example, the January to March return is due on the 21st of April. The same pattern continues throughout the year. When you submit your return, the system will automatically generate an invoice for the levy. That invoice is due on the same day as the return, so you can complete both in one go. Quarterly returns. Once your workers are registered, your ongoing task is to complete a quarterly return. Towards the end of each quarter, you'll receive an email advising return is available for you to complete. The return link will be available in your employer portal, as you can see on the dashboard on this slide. If you haven't registered your workers before now, the form will be empty. There are a couple of options for you here. When you register all of your eligible workers as part of a worker registration process, our team will be able to add these workers to the returns form for you. The alternative is you can register all of your eligible workers via the worker bulk upload spreadsheet. We will then process the registration at our end to add them to your employer profile. Then if you go to return, you can select add existing workers and add them to return one by one. You'll need to report your workers' weeks worked and how much you paid them for that period. The system will guide you through it. It's designed to be quick and familiar. When you submit your return, the system automatically generates an invoice for the levy, and payment is due on the 21st day after that quarter has ended. As mentioned earlier, for the second period, the return and levy is due on the 21st of April. Let's take a look through the quarterly returns step-by-step video. I do have a video here. So how to complete a periodic return. Hoping this video works. Great. So please remember you can watch this video again. We've got quite a few of them on our website, but it's not shown in this video. You can upload timesheets for any workers who did not work or take paid leave for at least one shift per week during the reporting period. Preferably in a spreadsheet format, you can include only workers who worked at least one shift or all workers if that's easier for you. This ensures correct payment when workers claim long service leave in the future. Great, let's talk about OWP, Ordinary Weekly Pay and Meaning of Remuneration. Just want to touch on this. So it's simply the amount used to work out what a worker gets paid when they take long service leave. It's not based on their current rate alone. It's calculated as an average or what they've earned each week over the past 3 years. And that average covers all their service. So if a worker has been employed by several organisations in that time, their OWP reflects earnings across all employers and all return periods recorded in the scheme. Next, let's look at remuneration. Because it's directly linked to both the levy and ordinary weekly pay. Remuneration is basically the gross payments made to a worker for their work. That includes ordinary wages, regular allowances, and other standard payments. It doesn't include one-off bonuses or reimbursements, just the payments that reflect their regular work. This is what we use to calculate both the levy and the pay and the worker's average weekly pay for long service leave. Keeping this distinction clear helps avoid errors in reporting and ensures everyone's records are accurate. The regulations, which were released in July 2025, specifically talks about OWP and remuneration and what's excluded and what's included. So when calculating the levy, there are clear rules on what's included and excluded from an employee's ordinary pay. Let's start with what is included. Here on the slide, you'll see the list of inclusions and that catch-all. That includes anything that is not listed as an exclusion. So annual leave, sick leave, carer's leave, parental leave, compassionate, casual loading, penalty rates, weekend public holidays or part-day public holiday rates, late night or early mornings, broken shift, sleepover allowance, days off for public holidays, roster day off work, payments for salary sacrificing, workers' compensation, first aid allowances, payment for stand down. Any other payment not excluded. Now let's look at what's excluded from the levy calculations. These payments do not count towards the 2.2% levy. So excluded, annual leave loading, parental leave, superannuation, reimbursements, overtime or hours paid at overtime rates, unused or hours paid at overtime rates, unused time off paid in lieu, bonuses, payments on retirement, retrenchment or redundancy, except for back pay, fares, travel allowance, vehicle allowance, payments made at a special rate on an irregular basis to compensate for occasional disabilities, except where the rate is paid during a period of leave with pay. Now let's talk about how workers claim long service leave. Workers who have completed at least 120 months of service can either take time off or request a cash payment instead. Leave must be claimed in whole calendar days with a minimum of 1 week per claim. Workers submit their application through the worker portal, but the leave won't be paid until the employer approves the time off. The standard rule is that workers should apply 2 months in advance, but you can agree to a shorter notice period if needed. Payments are generally made the week after the leave starts, so the worker has access to their pay on time. If a worker leaves the community service sector after at least 84 months of service, they can receive a pro rata payment for the long service leave they accrued. Now let's look at transitional provisions. This is about service a worker accrued before the scheme started on the 1st of October 2025. Any continuous service with an employer before that date carries over into the scheme. That means it counts towards portable long service leave entitlements. However, if a worker leaves before reaching 7 years with that employer, the service they had before October 2025 is lost. On the other hand, if a worker stays for 7 years or more years, the employer becomes liable for a payment for the long service leave accrued before the scheme started. The rate of pay for service accrued before the scheme is calculated under the Long Service Leave Act 1987, so it reflects the old rules, not the scheme's current average weekly pay calculations. Our approach to compliance. So it's very simple. We're here to provide support and guidance, not to issue penalties. The goal is to help you understand your obligations under the scheme and make it easy to meet. If any issues come up, we're here to work with you and to resolve them. One practical thing you can do to make life easier is to keep clear records and documents of registrations, returns, and payroll calculations. That helps you and it helps us if questions arise. It keeps everything straightforward for everyone. Just a special mention, there is a state long service leave report. This is a one-off report we've asked everyone to fill out. I'm hoping you've all completed that. This is for the pre-scheme information before 1 October 2025. Support available. We know this is a lot to take in and there's lots of steps. There are lots of toolkits and guides on our website. They walk you through registration, worker setup, returns and levy payments. We also have run various webinars which are recorded and available for you to watch again and again. For quick answers, we've got lots of fact sheets that covers most of our common questions. And if you need a little bit more help, our customer service officers are always a phone call or an email away. They can guide you through any part of a process or answer specific questions. The key message here is you're not on your own. There are multiple ways to get support whenever you need it. Thanks again for your time today and for your interest in the rollout of the Portable Long Service Leave Scheme. To stay up to date, feel free to scan the barcode in front of you. Have a look at our website. We've got lots of information on LinkedIn, Facebook. We're always posting reminders, news, newsletters, so feel free to reach out. This was nice and quick, excellent. So like I said, my name is Eva, I'm the Community Engagement Officer. You're welcome to rewatch this, but you're also welcome to ask any questions of Mandy or myself now, or write a question, email, phone call. Otherwise, it's a nice quick webinar for all of us. So any questions so far? Mandy, I think you can see a question.
I can. Hi, Karen. Are you able to tell us a bit more about what's happening? It doesn't populate the weeks. With the spreadsheet template, if you've used a formula in the columns, then it won't work properly. So it needs to be like an actual numeric value. I don't know if that is possibly the issue. Without seeing your spreadsheet, I'm not sure, but that could be it. Otherwise, yes, perfect, happy days. Otherwise, yeah, if you do try and upload the spreadsheet and there is an issue with it, you can let us know and we can sort of try and have a look at what you've uploaded and find out what the error is. But yeah, anyone who does want to use the template spreadsheet, you need to put actual values and no formulas in there or it won't work.
Great. Thanks, Mandy. Thanks, Karen. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you very much to everyone attending today. Feel free to reach out, call, Happy to visit the office. I'm on the road. Love visiting. I've got posters. I've got other information I can give out. Happy to help as needed. Well, have a great week, and thank you for attending. Thanks, Mandy. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.